wasn't a good period. It wasn't a pleasant period. I believe people at the time were not happy to move out. Yeah. People could live in fear at the time. Then comes this man,
Constantine.
Okay. Seeing what was happening, said, no, we have to change this.
Because he had come to believe.
Exactly.
Okay.
So instead of celebrating a God who is not that powerful to lead me to war and bring victory, we would rather serve the Christ who helped me win that battle. So we will try to celebrate his birthday.
Okay.
On 25th.
On 25th.
Instead of
their God. Beloved, I welcome you to Okrobia Media. If you have not yet subscribed to Okrobia Media, please do well to subscribe. Thank you for doing that. Beloved, today is a special day. You know, we are in a Christmas season. You see the city, everywhere is beautiful. But there's one thing that always people doubt about Christmas. Even we, the Christians, some decided not to celebrate Christmas because of one or two things. Why? Because some believe Jesus was not born on Christmas Day. Today, I've come to one theologian, a very renowned theologian, who has dived in the Bible, that knows much. So please, today I just want to relax, sit back, and listen to what he has to say about Christmas. Must we celebrate Christmas? How come we have Christmas? He's ready to tell us. So please, you will help me to welcome the man of God, the very Reverend Dr. Bernard B.Bosompem, the head pastor of Wesley Methodist International Church in Belgium. So please help me to welcome him. Daddy.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you, Okrobia.
Thank you so much. Anytime we call you, you always answer to us. At least this is the third time we are having a conversation with you. Yes. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Papa, I came here today not for anything, but as you can see, December, and we are about to end the year, 2024.
Yeah.
And then we are celebrating Christmas. Mm-hmm. And one thing that we have come to notice is that most of the Christians doubt even the Christmas. I remember sometime a friend told me they don't celebrate Christmas. Why? Because Jesus was not born on Christmas Day. Because Christmas concerns Christ. So please, as a theologian, studying more about Christ, I want you to tell us, must we celebrate Christmas? Or how come we have Christmas? I just want to leave you. I don't want to interrupt you. Just take us through so that everybody will understand. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Okrobia, for your good work you are doing on social media.
Thank you, sir.
Trying to educate people.
Thank you.
On various kinds of topics.
Sir.
And I want to commend you.
Thank you, sir.
And support you. That you always push things ahead.
Thank you.
And people will also benefit from our conversations and the conversations you have with other people.
Thank you.
Right. Christmas is just around the corner.
Yes, sir.
And as you rightly pointed out, people have so many things or issues about Christmas. A lot of people are very skeptical as to whether it's appropriate to celebrate Christmas or not. Jesus was not born on 25th December. I just want to state categorically that it wasn't the birthday of Jesus. but we celebrate it because of the historical antecedent of this event. In fact, Christmas is part of Christ's event. In theology, we call it Christ's event. And as part of Christology, Christ's event is also crucial. And the events of Christ can be described as what took place in the life of Christ. We have the birth, the death, the transfiguration, and other things. They are all Christ's events. So Christmas comes from two words, Christ and Mass.
Okay.
And Christ, as you know, from the Greek word Christos. And Christos is the anointed one. It is equivalent to the Hebrew Messiah or Yeshua or Joshua, which means the Lord saves, or the Lord is our salvation. So Christ is the anointed one, and Jesus is the Lord's salvation, or Christ who saves. So Christmas from Christ and Mass. Mass is just worship. And when the Catholics are talking about Mass, we are talking about worship. So when we talk about Christmas, it's Christ worship.
Okay.
I find it very difficult to understand how people interpret it to be a god or something like that.
Like paganism or something?
Yeah, it has its historical background, which I will tell you.
Okay.
Yes. But people think the word Christmas is or connotes an idea of idol worship.
Okay.
That's what I've come to know from people. But it is just simple, Christ and Mass, which means Christ worship.
Okay.
And we use this term to celebrate the birth of Christ in order to replace it with what was going on at the time.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, history tells us that in the days of the Roman rule,
Yeah.
you know that the Romans were ruling the whole world at the time. So from AD 30, 50, when the apostolic age was speaking about Christ and the death of Christ, and the Pentecost also took place after AD 60, 80 following.
Wow.
There were a lot of emperors in Rome.
Rome. Yeah.
Yes. And you know that whenever there's a change of government, the person who takes over from the other person comes with his own philosophy and ideas, and sometimes with a kind of dominance.
Okay.
And if you like, a person comes to be the emperor and decides to root out certain things that he doesn't like.
Doesn't like it, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you have Christian emperors or Christian presidents, Christian rulers, and at the same time, you have pagan rulers.
Okay.
Or, if you like, atheists, people who don't even believe
anything.
Yeah. So we had Nero as an emperor at the time during the persecution. In fact, he meted all kinds of ordeal on the Christians. And during the time of Nero, Christianity was under threat. It was difficult to call yourself a Christian.
A Christian, yeah.
Christians were maimed, were persecuted, were taken through excruciating agony. You could not say it could not publicly declare your Christian ideals or principles. And Nero persecuted the church to the extent that people had to run away.
Wow.
Because at the time, you could not say, I was a Christian, because saying it could attract capital punishment.
Okay.
Nero subjected the church to that kind of ordeal. So Christianity spread. In fact, during his time, that Christianity also spread. You know that God takes advantage of every situation.
Yes.
And God is able to change human circumstance for his own glory.
Yes.
So when Nero was persecuting the church, using all kinds of means to destroy the church, as people were running away, they were running away with the gospel. So Christianity spread at the time. you see, when people were running away, they were running away with their Bible,
with the Bible,
with their message, with their conviction.
Yes.
So they could spread the gospel at the time.
Yes.
So whatever happens to a Christian, there is a reason.
There's a reason. Yeah.
So Nero came, other emperors came. Then in the early 4th century, when we talk about a century, 4th century begins from 301. Okay. In the early 4th century, there came this man called Constantine. Constantine. He wasn't a Christian per se, but you know that during this period, this time, what was happening was that there were not many churches. So the Catholic Church was a church that took over from the Apostolic age.
Okay.
So the mother of this Constantine, this emperor, was a Catholic.
A Catholic?
Yes.
Okay.
Was a Christian. The son wasn't too much immersed in the things of God. Wasn't a Christian, let me put it this way. Until there was a war that he had to lead, and the mother gave him a cross, pectoral cross. Okay. And he also prayed a simple prayer: if I go to this war and come out with victory, the God of my mother will be worshipped.
Okay.
And lo and behold, victory was his.
Wow.
And he came and started leaning towards Christian principles.
Okay.
Making sure that under his watch, Christianity reigns supreme. Yes. So it was during his time that a lot of things were corrected, a lot of philosophies, a lot of heresies, a lot of issues emerging from Christianity were corrected. God used him mightily because of this experience that the mother initiated him to. Yeah. So during his time, that it was part of the celebration at the time from 17th to 25th.
25th?
Yes.
December. Okay.
There were festivals, or if you like, holidays for the Roman Empire. At the time, you could do anything you want from 17th to 25th.
Okay.
Because they were celebrating the birthday of their god, the god of Saturn.
Saturn, okay.
And this god was seen as a god of propagation, as a god of wealth, god of abundance, god of dominance, god of seed and harvest.
Yes.
So they celebrated this god. And during this period, you know the period, 17th to 25th December, courts were closed. Courts were closed.
Whoa.
It was a time of misrule. And yes, people could move out, cause mayhem, cause destruction of property.
Oh.
Without any arrest. You could do anything you want.
From 17 to 25.
From 17 to 25, nothing could be considered a crime.
A crime, okay.
You could do anything. That was the time. Disorder, chaos, violence. You could rape anybody. And I've mentioned to you before, or I've taught it on our platforms in the church, that during this time, people could move from house to house, naked, singing songs. So they could come to your house naked and do whatever they wanted to do. You could meet anybody on the street, and rape was rampant. Wow. Why? Because there was lawlessness.
Wow.
No legal action could be taken against anybody within that period.
Wow.
And the emperor supervised this. Yes. Supervised all these events, all these atrocities meted out on their citizenry. They never bothered because they thought they were celebrating a god of abundance.
Oh.
Called Satan. So that period was called Saturnalaria.
Nalaria.
Saturnalaria.
Okay.
So that period, according to a Greek poet called Lucian, he says that period was characterized by widespread intoxication.
Okay.
Widespread intoxication, rape, and sexual violence.
Okay.
According to him, people move from house to house naked, and all sorts of things could be done at the time. So that was the characterization of the period. It wasn't a good period. It wasn't a pleasant period. I believe people at the time were not happy to move out. People could live in fear at the time. Then comes this man, Constantine.
Okay.
Seeing what was happening, said, no, we have to change this.
Because he had come to believe.
Exactly.
Okay.
So instead of celebrating a God who is not that powerful to lead me to war and bring victory, we would rather serve the Christ who helped me win that battle. So we will try to celebrate his birthday.
Okay.
On 25th.
On 25th.
Instead of
their God.
Their God.
Wow.
Then I ask you a question. If Akwasidai, our Akwasidai, or whatever you call it, or I don't know much, and Ukudai, those things, we try to convert it to Christianity or Christianize it for something meaningful, or even to celebrate that day, celebrate a missionary who came to convert a country, or even me as a missionary. If there's a celebration here and people decide that, oh, this man brought us some light, let us choose to celebrate him instead of this Akwasidai. Is it bad?
It's not bad.
So why would people criticize Christmas? That's my question.
Okay. I think that's the reason why we are here, because of they don't know the meaning and how come we have this Christmas.
Okobia, the problem with Christianity is that people propound all kinds of theories without recourse to the actual fact.
Okay.
People criticize without recourse to the events that took place of that particular thing.
Okay.
Even the Bible that we read, people have given all sorts of interpretation to a lot of things without recourse to the context. What took place before that thing came out.
Yeah.
So that is the problem of Christianity. People don't know much about the things we talk about.
We don't do research.
At all.
Okay.
We just literally interpret the Bible without the context, without theological education. That is a problem. So we have criticized a lot of things that we are not privy to, we are not knowledgeable about. And because those of us who have studied are not too loud, not on social media like the other people, because of our training and because of our institution, let me put it institution, our denomination becomes an institution. If you belong to a larger denomination, it becomes an institution. You cannot do anything anyhow. Because the church, you are not the head of the church. You serve under. So you understand what I'm talking about? You serve under an institution or a denomination. So you are covered by law and you have to operate within the confines of the law.
Yes, sir.
So you cannot just go out and say anything or argue with people. No, that is not our job. That is what those who are freelance pastors are always loud, always speaking, and that is what people hear. That's what people know. That's what people have taken. So it's good to come here and to discuss some of these things.
Yes. Thank you so much for this explanation. I believe now you know how come we have Christmas. For us not to enjoy that wickedness that we're doing. And now we are celebrating. Christmas is very beautiful. Among all the festivities we have in this world, if people celebrate Halloween, see Halloween. This is the meaning of Okrobia. We always come close to the knowledgeable ones to teach us, to tell us what they have.
We have to pick some of the subjects and explain to people for them to understand. If you don't understand anything, it is better not to criticize.
That's good. That's very
That's
good.
the problem of a lot of people. Exactly. You talk about Halloween. You know, it's connected with this All Saints Day. It's Christian in nature. They celebrate the saints, the people who have gone before us, people who dedicated their lives to Christ. Those who have gone to be with the Lord. And it has been secularized. As if we are talking about the dead, but something frightening. No. It is in connection with saints, people who dedicated their lives to Christ for the service of Christ. So there are a lot of things that I think we must come to know, understand it before we launch an attack on those things. Christmas, as I've mentioned, Christ Mass. So Christmas without worship is not Christmas. It's not about decoration.
So I wanted to ask that how come we have the Christmas tree and the lights?
I think you know that anything that we want to do, if you want to celebrate your birthday, you can decorate your area.
Yes, to make it look special.
Exactly, special. We are talking about the King of Kings.
Yes, sir.
Is there any tree that we can use to describe the occasion? Is there any decoration that can befit him? Remember, when he was born, it was in a manger. No decoration.
Yes, sir.
Nothing. It wasn't a hotel. It wasn't a hospital. He was born and placed in a manger. Placed in where? A manger. No decoration. I pray people will understand what we are trying to teach. Please, if you celebrate Christmas, you are not at fault. You are not sinning against God. You are rather exalting Christ who was born for us. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas, but make sure you are part of the church. Christmas without worship is like an ordinary celebration. God bless you.
Papa, we thank you so much for this explanation. I believe from now going, people are going to change their mindset. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You are watching Okrobia Media. This is what we are made for, to explain things to people, what they don't know. The most educative program you can get is this one. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to Okrobia Media. We'll meet next time. Thank you.